the complete guide to entertaining at retirement communities. First, understanding your role as an entertainer. When you visit retirement communities to perform, you got to understand that you're first and foremost an entertainer. The big exceptions to this are if you're performing during lunch or during dinner. In those cases, it's a very, very different approach. In those cases, you are background music, and there's videos on how to approach those situations. But most of the time, you will be the primary entertainment for the residents. Now, this role comes with specific responsibilities and expectations. Being an entertainer, it means so much more than just playing music. In fact, you don't have to be a genius at your instrument to be an entertainer. Your job as an entertainer is to engage the audience with meaningful engagement. So you must interact with the residents, enrich their lives during your performance, and leave them feeling better than when you arrived. Your goal should be to surprise them and to delight them throughout your show. Think of yourself as similar to a magician. Okay, you may be a magician, but in most cases, if you're watching this video, you will be a musician. But when a magician performs, they show the audience something that makes them exclaim, "Wow," even if they don't do it vocally. It's a sense of wonder that they engender and amazement. And this is part of what you should strive to create during your performance. You want to give the residents an experience that goes beyond simply hearing familiar songs. Okay, here's how to start the performance. When you make your entrance, if you're arriving at a retirement community for a morning show or an afternoon show, usually this is going to be 10 or 10:30, 2 or 2:30, and 3 or 3:30. Those are the most popular time slots. The first thing that you have to do in these time slots when you introduce yourself, when you walk into a room, is introduce yourself. You usually will encounter two different scenarios when you arrive. In the first scenario, there may be no crowd present when you enter the room, in which case it doesn't make sense to introduce yourself. So here's what you do if there's no crowd present already. If this happens, first you got to find the activities director, or perhaps another staff member, secondarily, who can help to gather the residents for the performance. You would say, "Hey, is the activities director here? All I needed is an audience." Now, once the room reaches capacity or near capacity, then you begin your introduction. In the second scenario, the residents will already be gathered and waiting for you when you arrive. This is a good sign. This means that they're prepared, they're expecting you, and they're anticipating your performance. When you walk into a room full of waiting residents, you should immediately give them a big wave and say something like, "Hey, how's everybody doing?" This greeting serves an important purpose. The reason this greeting serves an important purpose is because many new performers don't intuitively understand how to command attention. So when you wave like this, you say, "Hey, how's everybody doing?" You're commanding attention. Your initial greeting is about getting eyeballs on you and letting everybody know that the show is starting. You could also, if you need to take care of something, you could wave your hand and say, "Hey, the show is beginning in 2 minutes," or something like that after you introduce yourself. In either case, you are the entertainment they've been waiting for. This moment sets the tone for everything that follows. After your initial greeting, you should introduce yourself to the group. A simple introduction usually works best. You might say something like, "Hey, how's everybody doing today? My name is," and then you say your name or your stage name. And the way that I do it is I say, "My name's Tim the Piano Man, and I'm here to play the piano." Remember, adjust your language to match your region. In the South, you'd say, "Hey, how are y'all doing?" But if you're outside of the American South, you might say, how are you guys doing? Or how's everybody doing? Something like that. Just adjust to your region. Now, once you have their attention and you give the straightforward introduction, tell them what you're going to do. It's pretty simple. You introduce yourself, you say what your name is, and then you say what you're going to do. What I do is I say, hey, I'm Tim the Piano Man, and I'm here to play the piano. It seems kind of simplistic and maybe slightly silly, since it's obvious to you why you were there, but it might not be obvious to them. They might not remember whose name is on the calendar. It serves these important functions. It sets clear expectations, it introduces you personally to the audience, and it helps the resident to anticipate the kind of entertainment that they are about to receive.